The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed on Leadership Lounge Live are for entertainment and informational purposes only. They do not reflect the official policies, beliefs, or positions of any individuals, organizations, or platforms mentioned. Viewer discretion is advised, and we encourage independent research and critical thinking. Enjoy the conversation and engage responsibly.
Welcome to the Leadership Lounge.
Hey. Back, we are live here at Leadership Lounge Live, where I am your host, Lewis Marshall, here with my amazing co-host, Mr. Uriah. How are you?
What's happening? I am
Yo,
great.
Mr.
It is back to school season, and we are amped up here in Chicago.
Oh, man. Yeah, we just started like a week and a half ago. Are you ready? Are you ready for that? Are you ready for the kids to be back?
I'm ready for the kids to be back. I'm not ready for everything else that comes with it, though.
I know. I was talking to some other parents just this week, and I was like, "Hey, so how's it going? It's been a week. How's it going?" And it's like, "Hey, I like the structure of them being like, back in sync in terms of time of day, but all the other extracurriculars is now a lot." So I'm curious to watch over the next couple of weeks how your journey goes. Matter of fact, hey, shout out on the birthday that's coming up. I know somebody's got a birthday, so I just want to say shout out to them.
Thank you. Yes, my youngest Layla, her birthday is tomorrow. She'll be 6 years old. Hence my Lion and Leo post that you might have seen.
Yeah. Ooh, it's Leo season is in full effect, bro.
It is.
Awesome. Well, tonight we're diving into another conversation designed to spark, ideas and share experiences. And I know this week I got an icebreaker for us. We're always talking about tools and creativity. So let's start kind of light. If you could instantly master one skill, whether it's video editing, it's stand-up comedy, or whatnot have you, what skill would you choose, Uriah, and why?
If I could instantly master it?
Yes. Painting, music.
Oh man, that's a tough one because I like so many different things.
I would think it would be something related to production,
right?
Just as a guest on the outside.
I guess the skill set of the director of photography. If I could embody all the skill sets that they possess and under them that they're in charge of, if I could master that body of skills, that would be my go-to. Because the director of photography is your person that pretty much is the end all be all of how something will look. They're in charge of the videographers, they're in charge of the photographers, they're in charge of and everything in between of that. So I kind of like to think of myself as a director of photography, even though I don't really have the same chops, but I would go with that.
Nice. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that I would want to. I'm musically inclined, so I always lean towards that side of things. I would want to be a conductor. I think that my experience in the youth symphony was very eye-opening. It probably is one of the leading factors in why I'm very competitive in just my overall nature. But the composer has the job of managing the tempo, all of the different sections, keeping them all in sync, and then making adjustments kind of on the fly. So as an entrepreneur, I think that's a skill set that we all need. So I think that I would lean towards a composer.
I like it. I'm trying to think of the movie with the hardcore conductor guy. When he was what's the beat? What's the beat? And he like slaps him. What's the beat?
Yo, I heard that Jamie Foxx has a movie about conductor the lifestyle. Maybe it might be a docu-series, but it's about being a conductor. I'm gonna have to look into that and find out what the title is, but it's something that I've always been interested in, but haven't really followed very much as an adult. I got introduced to sports. As soon as sports came on the scene, it was, hey, it's over for music for me.
All right.
I
What was
listened
your
as a
what was your
consumer.
instrument?
I played stand-up bass for 4 years
Bass.
in the Seattle Youth Symphony.
Nice. Oh my God.
So
My
yeah,
kids are knocking on my window outside. Give me 1 second.
go do your thing. I'm gonna do a
Test, 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 test. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. As I said, we had a few minor complications. We're still working through some little technical difficulties. So we wanted to talk about ChatGPT 5. That is the hot topic of the last week. Oh, Pete Hall, thank you. You can hear me. Thank you. We're working through some technical difficulties. You know, our marshals in Hawaii, they might have some tropical storms or something and probably knocked out their connection. Deborah, I see you're on. How is everybody doing right now? Natasha, I see you're on too. Give me a second because I'm managing two different feeds right now. Natasha, you are completely disgusted with ChatGPT 5. Do you want to expand upon that? I've heard some people are uncomfortable with the feedback, like it's giving different results, it's giving different it's forgetting the conversations you had previously with it. But I'm interested to know what you guys are saying. Pete, you say you're kind of whatever, but you're here. You mean how I guess how do you mean about that? Do you like it? You're still using it, or what do you think? I'm liking it. I've been a pro user, so I think I experienced this maybe a month ago when it first went to their pro level model. I had to retrain all of my chats. Everything had to be retrained and recalibrated. But with this one, I have to retrain in I don't have to retrain any of them. It's kind of been the smoothest transition for myself. It I can go through any of my chats and I can still pick ChatGPT 5 thinking, ChatGPT regular, and it's working great. But even with that, like that's a big change that I kind of liked because I think on a previous show I was just talking about how it was difficult to pick which model you're going to use. Are you going to use 3.0? Are you going to use 4.0? Are you going to use 4.0 mini, 4.0 pro? Like there's like seven different options to choose from. Now OpenAI has doing it's kind of doing the thinking for you. So you could go with thinking, you could go with the regular one, or you could go with the mini one. Let me see, I forget the names of them. Let me look it up in real time. So you could go fast, thinking, and pro. So I usually default to just using pro. It takes longer, and thinking kind of does more of the research base, and fast is just like the quick and easy answers. So I think previously people were kind of just used to like the version that they were using, especially if you were a free user, you only had a couple options to choose from. Um, and then they turned on 4.0. They did a good job of turning back on 4.0 because a lot of people kind of relied upon that. And honestly, I could feel the pain of that because I mean, you kind of work with it, and you kind of want to know what you're using, and if it changes your workflow, that could be frustrating, and I could totally understand that. I also saw feedback about the image display, the image generation feature has been totally bad. I don't think I heard a good thing about that. And I guess I don't know about that because I haven't used ChatGPT for the image generation for a while now. I'm not sure how that plays out, but I can see how when you change the model, the prompting is different, the way you prompt to get the result you're looking for. And once you become familiar with a certain way of prompting, you expect a certain way for the AI to respond. Um, what I also noticed, like a lot of people, whether explicitly or not, are using chat as a companion. So you're kind of talking to it. You're developing a relationship, and you have a certain level of responses, and you're not getting the same feedback because it's a new model, and you have to retrain it all over again, and people are kind of frustrated with that. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say. Natasha, are you still there? I know you said you discussed it. I'm really interested to hear what are some of your gripes with it. Lewis,
I
there we
think we are
go.
back. All right. So, hey, I don't know what happened there. I apologize for that. I had a dead phone for a second. Totally kicked me out. I am one headphone. Hopefully, you guys can hear me with this
Yes, we can hear
microphone.
you.
Um, Shout out to everybody who's still here on the live stream. Thank you for holding it down, Uriah. I just caught the tail end. I heard you were asking Natasha about her experience. I will say I did a little bit of image creation in chat this week. I did a little more exploring in the groups this week. Found a prompt share group that was pretty decent. Figured I'd hey, if you can't beat them, join them. Let's see what's up with this.
Pretty decent.
I'm always
Pretty decent.
I'm always in Midjourney. Well, because
Right.
I don't like to copy and paste.
Yep,
I
I get
That's
that.
just it's not going to fit my style, so I can't really copy and paste in the same capacity that others do. So for me, prompt sharing groups is a little more about, oh, here's how they structured it. Here's a keyword that I maybe didn't think about. I'm viewing it in that perspective. It's not to knock the prompt share groups. I view it a little differently. It's hard for me to copy and paste certain concepts just from an artist perspective. I like to tweak and change the prompts just so that the characters that I again see up here, I'm able to put it in a text format to like get it to come out close. With chat, my original experience was it did a great job with text,
Yeah.
like a really good job with text.
And when you say with
Quality
text,
wise,
when you say with text, can
text.
we? No, I mean I get that, but can you, for people that might not understand what that means, when you say it does a good job with text, what is that? How does that factor into
Okay,
to the
so
process?
oftentimes as a digital marketer, I'm having to come up with my own designs to convey a message, a feeling, sometimes an emotion. And sometimes it has words in there and sometimes it does not. It's just the image. In this instance, it's more about me adding text into or on top of the image, more like a graphic design. Where in Midjourney in version 7, I struggle with getting consistent text, just Lewis Marshall, just
Oh my God, MJ7 image quality great. Text is
yes,
completely out.
yeah.
It's regressing as far as
So
getting the text that you want on the screen, whereas chat has been killing it when it comes to that.
right. So that's what I mean about adding
Yeah.
text into the images because I'm struggling in Midjourney and having to jump back to 6.1 to get the text to work the way I would like to. But then at the same time, chat is just getting it.
It gets it. But the image quality isn't there. So it's like
Correct.
you can't win. Like one side you get the good image quality and the other side you get the good text quality.
Well, and okay, so I'm curious your thoughts on this. For me, I'm okay if it's a marketing strategy plan to just target this specific thing. So if it's a less used Midjourney and the struggle with text, and I'm saying, hey, for the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm going to be talking about my tips about how I can get the text to stay, but you got to jump back to 6.1. I might jump into chat so that I can come up with some quick graphics, just a bunch of them, back to back to back to back to back to back to back. because the text will stay in there, even if it is using chat to talk about Midjourney and the update or the lack of consistency in text. I don't mind using a different product if it gets it done.
Yes,
And right
sir.
now, 5 is killing it.
Yeah. Nice.
Images
That's
have
good
gotten
to
better
hear.
too. In
The what?
fairness,
What's gotten better?
the images have gotten better on
Nice.
chat. It's been a
Yeah.
long time.
I'm glad to hear that because I've been getting a lot of bad feedback from the images, and I just haven't had the time to experiment with it. So it's good to hear you say that the images are getting better. I did see that the text was getting better just over time, and I mean like layered wise, like you could put multiple text, like different areas when you specify, and it gets all of the text correct. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's phenomenal. Because I've just gotten into the habit of like, okay, Midjourney just can't do it, and I just make sure that there's a space there. So then I go in Photoshop or Canva and just place the text that I want there if I need the text there. But it's an additional
Uh,
step, whereas Chat kind of gets it on the first try, especially, and like you said, like the image quality doesn't have to be stellar if you're using it for a specific
mhm.
purpose.
Well, and I did see that Adama posted something. I know she's not here today, and shout out to her, sending thoughts and prayers. Um, she talked about AI bias with regard to hair textures. Um, and I thought that was very interesting. So I'll be curious to get a chance to hear from her. What does that look like? How does that affect our ability to convey in image format? Yo, this is what our hair looks like. All right, how do you need to take the text in to give me the result that I want? And so when I talk about those prompt share groups, that's some of why I say this one's all right.
Hmm.
It's actually giving value and context in terms of what's inside the prompt. I'm not looking to copy and paste it. I want some keywords that will help me get the result that I want. If they can get the result and it's somewhere in that prompt, bet. Let me try it this way.
Nice.
All
You want to
right.
get that group a shout out? Do y'all want
Give
a
me two
shout out?
seconds. Yeah, we'll give them a shout out. Okay, real quick. I don't want to cut this off, but I did want to do our update segment. So
Sure, let's hit
when
it.
you get a chance, I want to do that. I got cut off. My phone
Right.
went black screen, bro. I didn't even know what to
I
do.
thought it was me because I had just put the headphones down and went to get my rascals that was out the window, and then I came back and my screen was dead, and I was like, oh man, what did I do? I thought I kicked something over.
So, okay, it was you too. Mine
Yeah.
just died, but I also saw when I got into our studio program that it was like it ran an update. And so be
Uh,
expecting to see some stuff. So I assume this is related. But
we're gonna
okay,
blame
real
it on
quick.
Streamyard. I think we're blaming that on Streamyard.
Yeah, I didn't want to throw their name out there. I was gonna like cut them some slack.
Hey, you got to do better. You got to do better.
Hey, sometimes that's how it be.
Yeah.
Okay, so the prompt sharing group that I found this week was the prompt sharing circle. It's got a beautiful looking brown skinned woman in pink up at the top for their cover photo. It is on Facebook. And then the other group that I'm a part of is the AI prompts for the people. They've been sharing a bunch of really good prompts, and I know that is run by one of our fellow friends of the show, Miss Natasha. I know she was in the house. So
Hey, Natasha.
yeah, shout out to Natasha for having these spaces. And then just real quick as an update, Kim, another friend of the show, she over at Playground Pastime has got an upcoming event. Jen, can you throw that up on the screen? I don't have my notes because I'm on the other phone now. So she's got a free webinar that's going to be going on over at Playground Pastime, and she's got a 10K community that she's got going. So if you are interested in some other free resources and a community of creators that look like us, I think it would be a really good idea for you to get signed up. It's free. I even made myself personally, I made my way over there this week, and it is a real cool vibe over there. I was hoping to get a chance to talk with my co-hosts and see what their thoughts are on maybe taking our show over there and doing a couple
Yeah,
of episodes over there.
for sure. I mean, obviously we're thinking the same thing. Once I
Yeah.
saw it and I see she's getting it, I was like, hey, do we do a couple of shows over there? Do we promote it over here? Like, and obviously you're
Both.
already on it, right? Both. You're
Both.
already on it, right? Let's get it. Because I mean, you
Yeah,
have to
no,
just
and
think about it. We're all pumping each other up, like. And one thing that when I first met Lewis, one thing he's always says is collaboration over competition, and that's exactly what this is. Kim is constantly doing more and more for the community, genuinely, like more for the community as a whole when it comes to this AI space, while also managing the other space, like the live space, and then our space, and then helping us bridge the gap and what needs to be done and what we have to live through, and just acknowledging that. And I think that's really important.
oh yeah, I completely agree. And I know that for me as a creator, she's helped me a ton, especially in the AI video space. It's just really a breath of fresh air to know that we have a space that, hey, we don't know it all and we're figuring it out. There's no one way that is just the only way to do what we do. I think it's been really refreshing to find another space that is in parallel doing exactly the same thing and giving back in this way. So I always want to
Yes.
give her a shout out as often as I can, especially knowing that, hey, this community is free. You're not going to find that a whole lot of
You're
other
not.
places.
And it might not stay free, right? Think about it. Like,
Hey, that
once it
part.
gets established, hey, get in while it's free. When it's kicking off, this is the
Did you
time to
drop the
get
link?
on.
Okay, Jen is going to drop the link in the chat. So we got the graphic up on screen so that you know who it is. And I mirror that sentiment. Hey, we cannot afford to be left out. It's that part. So just as a another option for other creators, other people who are interested, other entrepreneurs who are interested, this is going to be another place where we can talk about the things, the resources, the tools, the tips together. So that was my update. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
No, no, that's all good. That's all good.
I know this
Think
is going
it.
to be stuff that they'll be talking about over there also, but I know that we're from a creation standpoint, and I know that last week I went live solo. Everybody else was off, so I just figured I'd go live solo and talk about some stuff. But one of the things that I talked about last week was user generated content, and we're in this day and age where we're having to compete with AI agents in the field. I see everybody talking about AI twins, and it's like, hey, it was less than a year ago that this was not an available option. And now people are really refining that craft and skill, and they're able to really deploy. And I can speak to there's a couple of programs that we use that really have helped. But the thing that this week I learned with Chat 5 was that my scripting got better, bro. Like being able to script for video in Chat 5 was way faster, and the output, that was better. It was less back and forth, bro. It understood a lot more context wise.
Yeah, I mean, five gets it. Five
Mm.
gets it, and it's really once everybody can calibrate their expectations and understand what it's doing and get to the next step, you're gonna find it's gonna be great. And I'm really excited for Q4 because you have to think about it. Like, chat went to 5 and discontinued everything else. So you have to remember a lot of other apps are using GPT and all of their apps are getting upgraded to 5. So everything that you're using that might be using it, anything that you got that's AI driven likely is being driven by OpenAI. And it just got upgraded to 5. So that experience with that app is going to be better. The experience with another app is going to be better. So we're going to see a collective upgrade in this Q4 as we move forward, and I'm excited about it. It's like I'm geeking out on it, and like I said, even with my own chats, all of my little agents, they didn't require a lot of additional training. And I think you missed what I said earlier, Lewis. I was saying that I experienced that retraining when I went to 3.0 Pro. All of my chats didn't work anymore. I had to retrain all of my chats again.
I remember
all of my
that.
chats that, yeah. So I did that already. Now everybody else is doing that, and I think that's the pain point that everybody is feeling. I felt it a couple of months ago, and I think
That
everybody else
makes
is feeling
sense.
it now because when I go to all of my old chats, they all good. I do get a little bit of different feedback, but once I pick the model, it works. Before, if it was, oh, you can't use that new model, it doesn't work. And I'm like, so now I got to train a new one. And
Uh-huh.
pro tip, because this is going to upgrade too. Pro tip, because this is when it happened. When it happened the second time, I started copying all of my commands to train a new prop. And by the third time, I finalized it. Go to your chat and tell it, run back to me, summarize all of the purposes of this chat and give it to me in a format that is to train another large language model. And then it's going to give you a summary. And you're going to be like, oh, wow, some of the stuff is going to be surprising. Some of the stuff like, oh, yeah, you're expecting it. And copy and paste that into your notes. Copy and paste that to something else and give it the title or whatever that chat is, and just read through it and take some stuff out, add some stuff in, because you're going to have to do this again. I'm telling you from experience, I've done it at least twice. And like I said, I'm really excited with this model because I didn't have to reference it. Because like I said, when it happened the second time, I was like, okay, I got to make sure I get all of my chats. I got to retrain another model, and I can't take this amount of time again. I'm all about efficiency. As
Yo, I'm
everybody might,
literally trying to find how I did mine right now so I could just read it out. Keep going.
right? So you take that, you put it into a new chat model. Now you train the new chat. It's gonna take some fine tweaks, but it's not gonna be it's not gonna take as long to train it like from the beginning. And once you get that, you'll be able to train the next model. So even now, even though Chat 5 is I didn't have to do it again, I'm still going to maintain that same practice. Summarize this. What are your instructions? And then you're gonna look at it, fine tune it, put it in your notes. So then when you get a new model, you copy and paste that, plug it into a new model, and it's gonna be good to go. You don't have to start fresh retraining the model. And for a lot of people that use ChatGPT as a companion, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally, when you go to a new model, you almost have to make a new best friend. Like, you have to look at these models as almost people, especially if you're looking
Yeah,
at it
that's
as a
a fact.
companion, because it's going to change with the next model. It's not like when you have, Windows 95 and go to Windows 96, it's really just an add-on to the previous application, but you still got the same base application. When you go from ChatGPT 3 to ChatGPT 4 to ChatGPT 5, those are all different algorithms. Those are all different models. It's not they're learning from each other, yes, but that's as far as like how it's built. But you're dealing with a new entity. You're dealing with a new model. You're dealing with a new
So,
algorithm or a new
yo, if
companion or however you want to look at it.
I was gonna say that's interesting that you say that because we've had that talk just on the back end before, where it's like, hey, when we get a new version of Midjourney, version of Kling, this one's new, it's different. We gotta start over. This is not the same program that we're talking to and
yeah,
dealing with. This is different. So we got to talk to it differently.
exactly. It's
So
different.
just to reinforce what you were just talking about, I grabbed and copied and pasted just right out of one of my chat strings. I said, can you give me some copy and paste instructions to train a new chat to do specifically this task of generating images from my prompt while putting the prompt within the image, please? It said, of course, here's a clean copy and paste set of ready instructions you can use to train a new chat or instruct other assistants to perform this exact task, generating an image from your prompt and placing the prompt text inside the image. And then it gives a copy and paste, and I just take that and, all right, design agent. And then I take that same copy and paste and I put it in a notepad. So I got a hard copy and I just rinse and repeat when I'm ready to retrain something else. And then I change what it is trained to specifically to do.
Right.
So then I have multiple to do specific tasks, and then you just tether those together. You know, my screen look crazy, bro. I can't. It's gonna drive me crazy. Hey, you're gonna have to ISO on him for just a second. I can't.
I can see you. I think you're good.
I got front facing camera. See, this is what happens when you like try to like improve as a crew. You notice these little things, and it's just, I mean,
it's an eyesore at that point, right?
Yo, you know what I'm talking about.
I know. You become a perfectionist.
Yeah. Well, and that's, you spend more time around people who are doing like-minded things, and they're like, hey, we'll try it this way. You just pre-show, like, hey, try it this way. It's gonna look a little different. And then that phone died, bro. It's alive, but it's just like, bro, now I'm front-facing camera, and I'm gonna have to talk to my production chat agent, and hey, this was an issue. How do we avoid this? StreamYard tripping today. How do we just make sure this doesn't happen again? Well, that's how I use my chat often.
Yes, me too. And
hey, post show, how do we improve this?
And since I use it that way, I'm happy with ChatGPT 5. Like using it as a productivity and assistant, like you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Like I don't use it for its image quality. I don't use it for a companion. I use it like, hey, you got a job. And I even like now they got different themes with it. Like you could pick a cynic, friendly, or a robot. And I was like, I never really thought about it like that, but I just picked cynic because I even told it like, hey, question me. Like, don't just go. I don't want the cookie cutter answer. Like, hey, challenge me. Like, don't be a yes man. And now ChatGPT 5 is already not a yes man. Like that's part of its upgrade.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like it's gonna give good facts and it's not just gonna deny a request because it doesn't meet within a policy. It's gonna answer you in a way not to break the policy, but also not to just say, "Oh, I can't answer it." Like it's finding that middle ground where it's gonna give you a response, and pretty much check you. Like, "Hey, look, this isn't quite on board, so I'm gonna give you this little bit, but take it easy." Which is, I could appreciate that. That's better than just saying, "Oh, I can't do anything," because nobody likes a flat out no, right?
So let me ask you this, because I know that you and I both use it productivity wise, especially in the from a user generated content standpoint. Did you find that 5 is faster, slower, neither?
Well, the thing is, like, it's on once it went pro, it already was slower, so I was already used to it operating slow. So I don't know if it's slower in general, or if it's this, to me, it's quicker because before I had to pick. If I picked pro, it was going to be slow. If I picked mini, it was going to go quick. Now it does it for you, so it kind of fine tunes it on it kind of fine tunes it for you. So even if you pick a slow, like say you want thinking, that's when it's doing more research. There's an option to like just give me the quick answer, so you could click it and it gives you the quick answer, which I think is
Right.
really good for the average user because the average user probably just wants the quick answer. They might not be like
Yo,
nerding out like us, where I want the in-depth answer. Give me the best answer you could possibly give, and I will determine if it's good or not, right? Because that's what I'm looking at it from. But from an everyday user perspective, you probably want to pick fast. And if you access something that's taking too long, you have that button that you could push to say, okay, give me the quick answer.
hmm 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 So here's the other thing, your response totally reinforced something that Kim and I were talking about the other day. We're really advanced in this early stage, and most of us have been using it in such an abstract variety of ways, just tethering things to each other and becoming more efficient, that we're just very far because we were early adopters.
Right.
We
Yes.
adapted it. We have like adapted with all of the updates and changes and outages. We've dealt with a lot of the beta testing for the general public.
We are official subject matter experts. SMEs.
Facts.
We are official
Because I'm
SMEs
seeing,
in this
hey,
field.
dog, there's a lady. I just saw her on EYL. I don't mean to call her a lady. There is a young woman that was on EYL a couple of weeks ago, Alicia Little. And since then, bro, she teaches and talks about the same kind of subject matter that we do. I was watching her interview and was like, yo, she's really good. Yo, she's
Nice.
talking about it just like we talk about it.
Nice.
And Jen and I, actually, it was a like afternoon date. We sat and watched that EYL episode because it was about AI and we could call it research. And so like we got to the end and I was like, yo, that was really good. But hey, we could do that like right now, today. Like, hey, we got speaking engagements. I just wrote it on a piece of paper and just like, all right, speaking engagements. And then this whole last 7 days, that was about 3 weeks to interview. Since then, bro, she's everywhere, all over every platform. And I know it's UGC that she's doing from HeyGen because she taught it during the interview. She taught you how to do it. And now, like, it's everywhere, bro. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. She got commercials. Like, it's everywhere. That's where the industry has gone. And so as we're breaking down new tools and the process is seamless for us because we've been doing it for such a long time, that's why these communities that we're curating and the spaces that we curate, I believe, are so important.
Totally, dude. Because I mean, I just got a notification. You remember when I've been talking about captions forever, right? I was talking about
Mm-hmm.
captions when they were just doing captions.
You
Then
and Nikki.
when I got when I got my AI twin was almost a year ago to date. I just introduced
Yep.
my AI twin a year ago to date, right? Fast forward, I gave a presentation for my work. You remember I told you before, like, I work for a prominent trust bank. And we get
Mm-hmm.
FBI agents coming to talk, and we get like fraudsters. Like I'm in the financial crime sector, where
Mm-hmm.
I'm always looking at fraud. I'm looking at money laundering. I'm looking at all the things that people do to be shady and all of that. Midjourney was on that list of like what fraudsters are using to make realistic characters, right? So,
I remember that.
and I was right because I was like, I'm on this segment listening to this talk about Midjourney and almost making Midjourney out to be a bad guy. Meanwhile, every day, every week, we're talking about Midjourney to make our images look more
Here's how we
realistic.
make it look more real.
And meanwhile, we got bad actors that are using that same skill set to defraud and do malicious things. And the thing is, like, you need both sides. Like, you need us to be good people
do.
to know how to do it from a good perspective, and also recognize when somebody is doing it fraudulently. So I pretty much I use captions, and I gave a presentation to my department. And I got
Nice.
three. That was going to be my segment today, but I didn't get the green light to use their images for the show yet. But I took three of my peers on different parts of the team, and I recorded them. You guys already know how I use captions, and I got my AI twin out there doing live segments and doing like news updates. I created one for three of my peers. So I created them reading the script on video live, and then I also fed that same script and the captions to create the video version. And then during our department meeting, I presented all six of them, and the group had to vote whether they thought it was real or AI.
Oh,
granted-
that's fire.
Yeah, right. And granted, I'm telling you, I'm in the department that is very, fraud focused.
Yeah.
And, at the forefront of the company with knowing how to manage risk, identify fraud. And it wasn't a clear cut. Like, there was some that was like 67% thought it was real and it wasn't. Or like 67, because 67%, like, that's 2/3. If you could
Facts.
fool
That's
a
2 out of 3.
third, right? If you could fool a third, I mean, that's a success for a fraudster, right? If you could fool a third of professionals, that's great. I can't wait to get their permission to put it on and to let you guys see it. And it was funny because one of the young ladies that I did, she's looking at herself talk, and she was like, I could feel the hair standing up. She was like, that is scary. Like, I'm not even sure if that's me or not. Like, it's that scary because if you think, like, we've been in it from the beginning, so we can point out
Bruh.
the differences easily, and we're not as taken aback. Whereas some people have no idea. Like, I work for a very prominent bank, and they just launched Copilot, and they're doing like a scale rollout where it's funny because only like the senior managers have it now, which is hilarious because none of them have even used ChatGPT. Which for our community, that's laughable, right? Because we've been using it for at least 2 years.
Bro.
And they're just
And that's
now
what's
using
crazy.
it, right? So we are subject matter experts. Like, in our community, we might feel like we're not as advanced as somebody else that's leading their own 10K group. But if you even know that this exists, you're ahead of the vast population of society. Like,
That is
don't
a fact.
forget if you're in a niche group and you're not ahead, you're still ahead of the average person that's out there. And take what I say, tell your friends, and say it as your own. You don't have to quote me, just say it. Like, you're an expert now. Like, if
Well,
you're
then
sitting
tell
there-
them to come through. Tell them to come through
Yeah, tell them
so
to come
that they
through.
can learn. They have a
Yeah.
resource.
right. And I mean,
I want to go ahead.
yeah, I mean, we all are here. It's a community for us to learn, and we've been learning with each other for the past few years now. And it's even funny even saying few years, right? Because it feels like it all still happens yesterday. And I feel like I always equated to the AI for the culture boom. Like, when that happened, that still feels like almost like 6 months ago in my head, even though that's been like over
Bro.
at least 2 years now, right?
That part.
So
So I
mean,
want to
that's-
piggyback on what you said, though. Just think about this also. And I'll speak to Unleashed AI. We were learning how to do things manually. We
Right.
weren't using the buttons. We were not
There was
really
no buttons.
copy and pasting. We were manually learning how to prompt engineer. So now it's way easier for us versus another new person because we had all that practice. Now that you fast forward to video, and a lot of the video generators have buttons for, hey, make the camera go this way. Hey, well, we were learning how to manually do that
Right.
and not use the buttons.
Yep.
So now the other new people are coming in, they only know how to use the buttons. We're a bit further because we learned how to manually do it. So being able to house and have a group of resources that are willingly available, put the information out there on a regular basis, there is a lot of value in that. And it's why I'm like, all right, we got to collaborate. We just have to. There is no other alternative option not to. We just got to come together. It doesn't matter about the egos. It doesn't matter about drama. We just need to come together because it is what needs to be done.
Right, because there's so many aspects to it where you can accelerate in what you're good at. So think about, I shout out to Leslie. He's really good at audio. So he's excelling at the AI audio, AI music aspect of it, right? I know enough to just plop something in, but he's actually excelling at it. And Deborah just shouted out, she was like, wait, you made an AI twin a year ago? So like everybody is accelerating in different aspects of it differently. And if we come together and collaborate on what we know, we could get that far ahead of the game. Because you could come to me and be like, oh, what did you know about that? You could go to Lewis. Oh, what do you know about that? You could go to Leslie and like, oh, how did you do that? Because I tried forever to make the X-Files sound. And I'm like, how do you, or like the X-Files sound or like the Twilight Zone? I tried for like a month. And then finally I hit Leslie up. I'm like, dude, I want something that sounds like this. And boom, I'm talking about minutes. He sent it. I'm like,
5 minutes.
Dude, like how? How? And he gave me some words and I was like, I don't even understand what those words even mean. But at least I know somebody who understands audio. Because you need to understand your aspect of it. Like when you think about AI, just think about it as having a different employee, like a different person. Like all of us are different people and everybody has a different skill set. Look at AI the same way because you could make that AI your specific skill set. And that's how you're using it. So if you're using it for productivity or you're using it for image generation or you're using it for whatever aspect that it could literally be anything. Somebody out there has probably already done it and can take you to the next step a little bit quicker when you collaborate.
Yep. And now's when so I just was watching, shout out to Matt Wolf over on YouTube. I was watching him before the pre-show and he was talking about Notebook LM had an update this week where you now have an option for video presentation too in tandem to the two character.
Yep.
Yep.
Just audio.
Yo, that's so fire.
Dude. So once
that's gonna be the new format.
You're gonna be able to control the video, right? Think about that.
I know, dog.
Like we could just put ourselves in that.
I know, dog. I already know.
And it's like, is that Lewis and Uriah or is that AI?
Hey, Trey. My twin is Trey. I've already launched him. He's already active. I'll talk about our updates at the end. We got two.
Mine, call him Trey.
Mine is Trey.
Mine is mine.
Nah, he got a name. The difference. No, hey, so is it? Nah, we gonna dub him like evil AI Uriah. He gonna be the evil twin. Nah, but just think, hey, yo, there's people. There's a creator on another platform that I can't say the name on here, or we won't get distribution. There's a creator over there, and shout out to Samantha Fox. That is the first creator that I saw on that platform that the whole entire page is just faceless and it's just their AI agent. The whole thing. Like,
Nice.
and now they're out here trying to get brand deals. The AI agent is getting
The agent.
brand deals.
So think about that.
I have in depth. That's why
What?
I'm giving him a name. That's why he got a name, bro.
Right. But I mean, I'm just thinking about the model itself, right? The model
Uh-huh.
itself is on what platform?
I have used it in HeyGen. Before me and CapCut broke up, you could do it in there too.
Right. So that's the thing.
Captions.
When you start marketing them, like who owns the agent itself? If it's on a platform that might have shady policy deals, right?
That's why, hey, so you're touching on, we gotta read the terms and service.
Yes.
So chat 5, if you are not reading all of the terms and services for all the apps, take the copy and put it in your chat.
Yes.
We're past, hey, we didn't know.
Yes. I just did that. I look in real time. What you just said, I
Facts.
just did that in a not on a professional, in a family setting. Because I
Yeah.
don't know if you know me, I'm a tech geek, which means my kids inherit that.
Uh-huh.
They kind of
They probably
get
talking
a pleasant benefit from it because I hate to admit it, but both my girls at 10 and 6, they both have iPad Pros and they both have iPhones. Not because I just went and bought it from, because those are my leftovers. Like I gave them my old iPad Pro because I got a new one. So they both have iPad Pros, and I don't know if you even understand like what that means. They have machines at their disposal, right? So they also connect
Pro Tools.
They got Pro Tools in their adolescence, but they're also learning like crazy. Like my oldest is learning stuff that I'm like, wait, how did she sent me a text message in a different font? And I'm like, wait, how did you send me a text message in cursive font? Like, I don't even know how to do that.
Bruh.
Like, wait, what? I'm like, what do you got? She was like, oh, I downloaded this app. I'm like, what app? Because now I'm curious, because if it has control over your text, that means it has control over everything you type. It can record that. The app has it. So I was like, send it to me. And my wife was like, oh, you want it? I'm like, no, I want to see their terms of service. She sent me the app. I downloaded it. I uploaded it to ChatGPT 5. And I was like, hey, from a business, think about you're my lawyer and business administrator. Read these terms of services and let me know what's a cause for concern. Well, it didn't even think that long. It said, oh, they have access to a lot of things that don't relate to the actual app itself. They said it can record while you're not using the app. It can record keystrokes. It's doing everything. And I know that just because all the text apps, that's what they do. That's all they're good for.
There was an AI tool not too long ago that it's a very popular tool that a lot of us, I'm sure, just click the button at the very beginning and just signed away our rights. But I read the terms of service and it was like, hey, we want to keep your biometric data for your life and the life of the child. I was like, no, bro.
Yeah. When I read it and my wife heard it, she was like, uninstall that now.
hey, take that off.
She's like,
But
take that
they
off
already
now.
have part of the keystrokes though.
They already have at least a couple months worth.
So that's why when I said, hey, I gotta break up with CapCut, I was serious, bro. While I miss the templates, it's not worth what they end up with from an IP perspective when I'm in media.
It's so funny with the biggest one with them was that they have access even to your drafts. Like
The deleted, bro.
like
The
not even
drafts and
just the
deleted.
drafts. Wow,
That's
But
crazy.
the thing with me is like I never put any of my stuff. Like I told you, like Video Leap is my baby. CapCut is what I post out as social media. So I'm like, oh, well, I mean, I don't really care about that. So like those are all
'Cause it's
templates
already
that I
on
stole
socials.
from you anyway. Like that's I'm just fast forward in my process. So I'm like, oh, you're gonna take a image that I gave you that's really just mid anyway. Like, okay, I mean, if you can I still use it for templates? Like a lot of the stuff, like the motivational stuff, I still use it for that. But I mean,
Yeah, but if
I'm
I'm
okay
clipping
with
up the show,
no,
because
not
I'm on
in.
the go.
But I mean, that's not what I use CapCut for.
No,
If I'm
not you, but just in general,
most people,
the
right,
average person.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't give it your baby. You can only give it like what you don't care about. Like for me, it's Video Leap, right? Joyce Moore, CapCut went crazy with their terms of services. I removed it too,
Yeah.
and I was such a fan of it. Yeah, a lot
You
of
ain't the
people
only
was.
one, Joyce.
A lot of people was, and my daughter still uses it because she loves it. Like that's what the kids are using, which really means that they're just stealing an entire generation of creators.
Now you're cooking.
They're stealing just
Now
an
you're
entire
cooking.
generation of young creators, which
So just
honestly is
ponder
gonna
on
make
that from an IP
it's
perspective.
gonna make them go defiant, right? Think about it. Like they just spent their youth creating stuff.
Excuse me.
And then somebody else is gonna take it and say, "Oh no, that's actually mine, bro." It's gonna be a revolt. It's gonna be a big revolt.
Yo, it's so much IP. And that's part of why I was like, everybody has to do their own individual research. Like, hey, if you're a kid that's just, hey, I got 15 selfies of me from the bathroom during third period, great. Clip it up, get it out. I get it. But what if they get to keep like your picture, your
image.
original picture of you?
A picture of you. Because if you think about it, when you think about basic photography law, the photographer owns that image.
Yes. Shout out to Noah for the tip.
The photographer owns that image, whether they want to actually execute it or not, which a lot of photographers don't if they don't get the consent, but they don't have to. If I take your picture, that's my picture now. Because if you think about how law works, it is based off of previous law. So there's no AI laws out there. So they're going to base everything off of something that has precedent. So think about, okay, well, you created that image with my application, which means I own that image now. So it all depends like which way the laws work, who's doing the litigation, who's in the Supreme Office that makes those decisions. It's a scary future. It's gonna be a lot different than what we know.
Ooh,
now.
That's
Like,
a good one. So I'm gonna throw this up on the screen. Kim just said something very important.
a lot of free
A lot.
version of the platforms are using the images as learning models. So there's that. And what's the biggest thing with Disney suing Midjourney? It's not the image that they're putting out, it's the learning models that they're attacking.
Bingo.
So if they're using
Because
us
that's the
as
data.
the learning
That's
model,
the goal.
right? If they're using the average consumer as the learning model, the average consumer can't sue individually. There's going to be a class action later where they've already made the money, right? Think about it, because nobody goes into a class action until you already know there's money there, which means they've already made the money to even pay it. So it's the whole the
Bruh,
scheme of
you
the
cooking.
nature of business, right?
Yo, it's so look at the What's the T app. Look at what they just went through.
Wait, what's
They
that?
had all these people signing up. They got passports and photo IDs, and then weeks later, oh, we had a data leak.
That's a whole market there. That's a whole
Yo,
market
that's the value, though, is the data.
there. The data
So if these
is
companies
gold.
they get to keep every prompt to train. Every
output.
input, every time you always know different thing. Yo, I gotta be careful. I'm sorry. I retract what I was just getting ready to say. We're not there yet. That will be behind a paywall. We'll have that conversation. I can't say that out loud.
It's a crazy time to be alive. There's a lot of good innovation, but with good innovation comes bad actors, which means you're going to see a lot of both. You're going to see a lot of good, and you're going to see a lot of bad with the good. So I'm here for it. I'm a risk specialist as it is. So you throw it at me, and I'm gonna come with it and make sure, because there's nothing new. There's no new frauds. There's no new crimes. It's just doing the same crime with a new platform. Right? And there's nothing new under the sun. You just have to make sure you understand how it works and make sure you're safe, right? Like
You
you
know
learn
what
how
we
to build
need?
houses.
You know
You
what we
kn-
need though?
What's that?
We need like a person that like is trained to know what those type of images that we're referring to. We need somebody who is an expert at, hey, that's an AI image. That's not.
That's
That's a
us.
real person, and here's how. Yeah, but we don't talk about it from that perspective.
I do actually, because
Yes, you talk
I've
both,
grown into it.
but you're limited in terms of how much you can lean into one side versus the other. So I see you as being an unbiased perspective. What I'm referring to is somebody who's just gonna come in and like they can just dissect all the work. Hey, that's fake, that's real, that's fake, that's fake, that's fake, and they can just
But
dissect it with no consequence.
there's companies out there that are that's the realm I'm in. I'm not on that platform, but I'm on that side. On my in my
Mhm.
day-to-day work, I'm on that side because we're out to catch the bad actors, right? We're the risk specialists using AI to detect AI bad actors. In this space, we're
And we're
looking at it purely from our artistic perspective, which can be interpreted either way, right? Because like it
mhm,
could be interpreted like,
mhm.
oh, are you making that image to look good for the bad actors, or are you making it good for the media production team that needs it to cut costs because they just got their funding cut because one, they're part of a thing that's no longer federally funded,
uh,
right?
uh-huh.
So you're looking at it from two different perspectives from our perspective. So I mean, if you put it out there, we could do it.
Yo, I'm always looking at these commercials that are on YouTube and Hulu, Disney Plus. I'm like, yo, that was bad. Jen called one out twice. They put two versions of it out, and it was like, yo, that's hmm. They paid somebody to put that out.
Right, right.
Yo,
And
if you
we could
gonna
do that
let
with
them just
ease.
put that out, yo, come pay us.
So, and
We'll
that's
hook
the
you right
thing.
on up.
And that's the thing. We're just not in that same realm. We're not on that platform. That's why we need to collaborate because there's people that
Mhm.
are in them circles, right? Just like where I'm at. I'm in the circle that's really looking at AI twins because that's a big thing in the banking industry because AI twins can defraud somebody into transferring millions of dollars, which has happened. Somebody got onto a Zoom call with the whole meeting was AI agents, and he transferred $75 million, right? Like he thought he was talking to the CEO and the C-suite of his company, and he was talking to
That's crazy work.
a bunch of AI bots.
Bro, that's crazy work.
And bro, right? And that was a year ago. It's only gotten better.
And it's gotten better.
It's only gotten better, which means the fact that I'm even giving that presentation to my department means people are thirsty to learn, and people don't have time to waste as far as ignoring that you need to know. Like, think about how many images you see on your normal Facebook feed, and you see people arguing about is that AI or not, and you already know, yeah, that's definitely AI. But my wife sends me, she's like, "Is this AI?" I'm like, I'm her like verifier. Is this AI? I'm like, I'm looking at it, yes, and I'm looking at it. People sending me like, which app did they use to do this? And I'm looking at them like, okay, that had to be Veil 3 because I know the dialogue and I know how the tone is. But they sent me another one. I'm like, oh, you could use that with almost 5 different apps. So it's like we are subject matter experts. We just have to get into that sector that values that needs it. There's not.
Hey, I want to.
There's not where we are. It's not making money. It's not valued, but you have to get into those different sectors that value that need it and make yourself known.
We need to figure out what app is making the black ladies with the oversized body parts, and we need to just ban them and cancel them.
But you already know that comes with the territory. That's always going to happen. That happened before AI. They were doing that with our real women that probably was disproportionate and like that way, and they made fun of it. And now they can do it free willy-nilly. So
look at it from this perspective as we're talking about the data and the data entry and knowing that, hey, that's training data for the next model.
Right.
So if we have a whole season of that's all that's being prompted in copy and paste ChatGPT prompts, does then Model 5 do kind of like what, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, but let's have a real conversation. It's no different than in the tribal Polynesian art. Chat will spit out swirls, but it won't put out traditional actual characters and artwork. So it is reinforced by, hey, everybody just keeps putting in these copy and paste prompts. So that model is then dominated by that corrupt training data. So for us, as we've been teaching how to prompt engineer manually, and we know that our input will affect the data set for the next model. How do we offset that because our voice holds weight?
I don't think we can because it's not an intellectual problem. It's not an AI problem. It's a human problem. And it's more so human nature to do what humans do. And usually it's the bad decision when you scale it out. Because think about it. We had the opportunity to make our images how we wanted to make it. And I'm just going to go out there because it's been out there and it's been hacked and it's been overhauled where AI for the culture. and then a lot of groups that became like a derivative of that, where what became the dominant, most popular images on that platform? It wasn't positive images, right? It was gold chains, smoking weed, in front of a mansion with a car and bling bling, right? That's what ended up dominating. That's what ended up branching off other things where like some groups were only doing that. And that's the fun thing
Yes.
to do. It's not a lot of us that's trying to push a better view of that in comparison to not like. It's tough for me to even say this out loud, but what's more fun to do, a blinged out scene or somebody educated doing data analytics? Come on. I mean, I'm not going to pretend my profession is popular, right? Somebody's going to want to do something blinged out, something fun, because that's what's going to actually sell and push people, right? Data
Yes.
analytics doesn't push people, even though that's probably the way you should go. However, that's not the way human nature goes. You got to think about the bell curve, right? Most people are going to do the thing that's in the middle, that's the most comfortable. So when you're going along this ride, you got to realize that's how everything is going to go. Everything is going to go with the large majority doing probably the wrong thing. And how do we react to that? And what's the market for that?
So I have seen and read and been sent some responses from Black women in real life. And as a person who has a voice and a show, and also has daughters that portrayal represents them in this AI space, as a person who has a voice, I don't support that. I don't think that it is positive, constructive, and especially given the current climate that we are in the space that we occupy, I don't think that it is beneficial, whether it's fun or not. And so I think that it is important for us to have dialogue like this, and especially when we can be on opposite sides and convey both sides of an argument so that there is an opportunity to have a larger conversation. And I think that you and I do a really good job of like,
right? Because
we can just bounce back and forth, and
I
I don't even have to tell you to play.
I totally agree with you, and I'm not saying I agree with the way.
No, I'm not
go.
either. Don't. I'm not. I got you.
I'm saying the positive way is that the way things actually go. But that's why we have, like you said, that's why we have these conversations, because it's not being had other spaces. So
Adam is listening in, just for the record.
Hey, Adam.
We miss you, girl. Drive safe.
Because now me and Lewis are just cooking, and we don't have any governor to bring us back in.
Well, and hey, I want her opinion on this, like real talk,
right? Because she usually level sets both of us, right? Because now we're just on a kick cooking, right? And I did get some
because
feedback.
we gotta have these.
I did get some feedback. I was talking to a few people. They was like, "Oh, I've been listening to the show. I like it." They're like, "But you guys have to slow it down. Like you guys go right in, and I don't know what you're talking about." And I explained to them, and that's when I realized, like, hey, most people that it's not like we have 100,000 people listening. We only have a few people that's been cooking with us, and it's like we all know where we're at. So we've been doing this for a couple of years. So, and I was like, oh, if you have anything, like come in, chime in, and ask the question, so we can slow it down for you, because we will slow it down.
I would want to.
Right, we want to, but we can only go off of like who are actually here, and based off our just natural progression. Like If you need me to break down what a prompt is, then I can do that. You want me, like an AI twin, like I said, last year to the date, I created the AI twin. Now they are out there everywhere, right? So
I'm late to the party again.
It's hard. Like you have to reach out and tell us what you want to know. Whatever you want to know, we can accommodate.
And I think for both me personally as a creator and then as the host of the show who's kind of going through this evolution, sorry. I think that it is important for me to get feedback like what whoever gave that feedback, like it's important for me. If you don't tell me, I don't know.
Right.
I can't guess. And on every platform that I go on, I say, hey, I'm here to be a resource. If you have a question, you can drop it in my DMs. You can put it in my comments. If you see a piece of content and you just got a question, hey, how'd you do that? What's the prompt or whatever that looks like? As best I can, I try to help explain. And if I can't do it in like a comment, I might just make a video because it might just help more than one person.
Right.
And you could just rewatch it over and over and over it. So until you get it.
Right. Because like I said, like if you get me and you in a room, we're just gonna talk and we're just gonna cook and we're just gonna keep talking. If nobody slows us down to ask a question, you have to slow us down. You have to tell us what you want. If we will. Like I give tips, I give tricks, I give everything if you ask for it. If you don't ask for it, I don't know what you need and I can't prepare for what you don't know. Not saying that's a bad thing. I just don't know what you don't know because I've been doing this for a long time, and Lewis had to slow me down. Lewis like, hey, we have a platform of people to educate, and it took him. That's how I know it's been a while because it took you a minute just to get me on board to come on the show, and then to actually be on the show. So it had to been a minute, and now we're on our. And now
you guys have been here for 9 months
on the show.
A whole someplace in the world, a whole AI baby done been born. Y'all have been here for 9 months.
Right. So let us know. I mean, whatever. If you're listening live, if you're listening later, shoot us a message. Let us know what you want to know. Like, what do you want to hear? And get on live. Like, if you want to get on, come on the show. If you want to come on the show, we'll gladly have you on the show. Like you shouted out a couple of groups. Hey, admins, come on the show. Talk about how you got your group together.
Please
talk about what you want. Like we'll promote you. Like this show isn't about just me and Lewis and Adam are hoarding information. We're trying to support everybody and amplify everybody's platform. And we're share like we have technical difficulties. Like it's not easy putting on the show. It's not. It's not. Like it takes a lot of coordination. It takes a lot of just wanting to do it. It takes a lot learning how to use different equipment. We're in 3 different time zones. We're in different parts of the country. Like,
that's a fact.
I don't know how many people even do this type of podcast that are all over the place for new people. Most people like, oh, I don't want to do it on that. I want to go to a specific place and I want it done professionally. I'm like, if you're limiting yourself to that, then okay, well, you're missing out on opportunities that you could collaborate with other people. We have Adam, that's on the East Coast. I'm in the Central. We have Lewis all the way in the fucking Hawaii, in the Pacific. But I'm just saying, like, you're not even in the main lands, right? Like, and we're actually came together and we're going on a year. We're like, what, 3/4 of the way through, and we got something cooking, right? It's not the easiest thing to do in the world, but it is something.
And it doesn't have to be perfect, is what I'm realizing and understanding. we
It
have
sucks.
something very unique. Like this community has something just very unique. And not a lot of other people are doing it in this capacity. I agree. I'm on 18 months, 19 months of live streaming and learning in real time and trying to figure out what equipment I need, what kind of lighting I need. How do I deliver the message? How do I research for the message? I need to train a chat to explain to me terminology as I'm asking questions to other professionals who know how to do this when I don't. I think that for us here at the lounge, it's a labor of love. We all have personally grown as AI artists and learning the different tools and the different combinations that work for each of us. And that even is different. It's a different journey. I always say, hey, I'm later to the party than everybody else because I'm doing it just a uniquely different way. I'm still an airbrush artist first. Like all this week, most of that content was pre-scheduled because I'm working on the largest Galaxy portrait commission I've ever done. So I just don't have time to like do the AI side because I need to be physically out in the shop airbrushing. So I get excited sometimes. But it was helpful to talk with my chat agent and my social media agent and hey, what's a plan? This is what's working. I want to make sure that it looks like a continuation. I don't want Trey to take over for the week. I actually still want to be engaged and talk with the people in the audience. And I want to ask more questions about business and see if we can come up with how do we help people who actually have issues and questions. How do we do that through this show? It's a community show. It's community driven. It always has been. And as of current, I don't know a whole lot of other people who are live streaming every week to come and bring you the answers that you were asking for. It started with the questions just inside of Unleashed AI, and now we've grown to what it is currently. So I agree with you, Uriah. I think it's important that we reach out and do some calls to action for the audience who is wanting to know certain things from us. And if we don't know it, I'll say for me, I'll learn it with you.
We can learn it together.
Rant over.
Because I saw Google AI Essentials has making another wave. We
Say that one more time.
introduced that Google AI Essentials, the training.
Oh yeah.
I see that's getting another wave of people wanting to take that class now that AI is taking another level. And we learned that
a year ago.
What was that, earlier? As a group. Like we introduced that as a group. And I was thinking we might need to do that again. We might need to do it again. I know we did it. And if you did it, you probably don't want to do it again. However, I'm starting to learn that, you're a specialist. Like if you already know it, then use your position to, what's your position then? Like if you already know it, now you're a lieutenant. If now you're a sergeant. Like use your role and your knowledge to push the next level. Because all of us, none of us I think are young. I think I might be one of the youngest in our group, where I think a lot of people in this community.
You wild boy.
Who's younger than me? Think about it.
Yeah,
the people we talk to.
Jen.
Jen don't even want to talk to us. Jen don't even want to talk to us. She's like, them old moles. Them old people.
Like, don't give me the look.
I can only talk to one old guy at a time. Like,
I'm done. Yep. I see. We reached it. It's an hour. It's an hour 30, and then everybody, we just lose it. Yo, that's the mark. Hey, it's right at 90 minutes.
And
That's the
then think
point where
about
it's like,
it.
all
We
right,
got a lot of Gen
anything
Xers.
goes now.
We got a lot of Gen Xers, right? Think about it.
That's a fact.
We got a lot of Gen Xers that's in our community, and how do I equate it to my older sister, right? And it's a lot of knowledgeable, pro-black, and bifurcated with tech. Some people went with the tech, and some people didn't. So
That's a fact.
we're fighting that, right? We're fighting the anti-tech people. Like, oh, I had people that I love that told me that I'm not hopping on the bandwagon AI, blah 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 blah. And now 2 years later, it's required for their job. And now I'm like, you didn't apologize. You're asking me to help you now, but you didn't even apologize for like shitting on me 2 years ago, saying like I was
Yeah.
part of the devil. Like think about it. Like it's a lot of that's going to happen, but that's what we have to deal with because you have to think about the curve, right? Where along it, we've always been on like the front end of it, but like now we're starting to converge. Now it's starting to converge where like our voices matter, and people are trying to learn it, and we have to go with it
That's a
and
fact.
take advantage of that information. Because, like I said, I work for a predominantly large trust bank, and they just implemented Copilot to the staff. Think about that. Like,
That's crazy.
if you don't know Copilot by now, I would say you're behind. But I'm talking about a predominant company that we're just learning, and I can say that because it's a lot of companies that's like that because it's a lot of
Excuse
risk
me.
opening your company up to a large language model. And if you heard me talk last year, that's the I told you all it's gonna take a year before the companies even go on board because it takes a year just to train them. You have to get the staff, you have to train the model, then you have to implement it, and then it takes a couple of years just to put it in place. And for my company, I would say from that description, we're in year 2 because now they're doing the rollout approach. So if you go back, I don't know which episode it was, if you really want it, but that's how it goes. And if the companies don't have it, it's still new. So if you know a lot and a company is still new for companies, you're a subject matter expert and own it. Own it. Don't let
Mhm.
people tell you you're a
Yeah,
geek
hey, let me put that
or
in the
like
chat.
what you know
Own
doesn't
it.
know. You need to own it and move forward with that. You're a
Bro,
subject
where's
matter
your air
expert.
horn? Thank you.
You know
Jesus.
it. You know AI. You're a prompt engineer.
Thank
We
you.
talked about AI
Yes.
Essentials a year ago. If you took AI Essentials, you're a subject matter expert.
Hey, all of the people that are on the live right now currently, hey, you're all subject matter experts. Every single one of you guys. Like, I
Right.
have
Everybody
talked to
that's in this
all of
group,
them.
we all know what we're talking about. We have to own it
That's a
and
fact.
take it to our, other fields, our professional fields, whatever you do for a 9 to 5. Take it to that, and
Ooh, see, and
eventually you're gonna be recognized. Like,
I'm gonna be on the opposite this time, Uriah. This
all
time
right,
I'll play
all
the
right,
opposite.
all right.
Hey,
What up?
so Uriah used to say to me, "Hey, you've been saying this. You need to talk your talk. You need to tell him, hey, you've been saying if they don't learn how to prompt when video gets here, it's gonna be real hard. It's gonna be a tough day."
Yep.
So now video's here. And now we got AI twins because we mastered prompting and got our people to look right. And now
Yep.
we're launching them out into the community to do work for us so that we can focus on running the companies and running the businesses.
Yep.
Own that.
Wait,
Own
me?
that. No, not
Oh.
you. You already owning it. I mean them. Somebody
Yes.
on Tuesday watching this.
Yes.
Somebody
Take it.
3 years from now watching this. Hey, own it.
Own it.
It's time.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Hey, I'm gonna turn this over to you. I know you got a powerful outro.
I don't.
Nah.
Hit me up.
Last time you gave us 5 minutes and you cooked. Nah, I'm turning it over to you. ISO.
All right. So if you have been listening, obviously we're talking about AI and AI 5. ChatGPT 5.0. It's cooking. So if you ever need any help, any guidance how to implement AI into your company, you can always come out to Profit Productions. I can help you align your business model along with AI and how it can make your business operate more efficiently, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you don't want to pay for a lot of aspects of that comes with the business, which obviously like bookkeeping, um, strategy expert, design expert, all of that stuff. Like you could train an AI agent to do that, and I can help you do that. See the link app. You could even if you don't want AI, or if you just want a normal business advice, you can hit me up. You can use the link that's on the screen. That's the link app, Profit Productions, and I can help you out.
Bum, 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 bum. My guy. It's been too long.
Too long. I'm out of practice.
That was me last week. I ain't even gonna front. It took me like 10, maybe 15 minutes to just get going. I was just out of practice. We gotta get back into our routine.
Summer break is tough.
Yo, summer flew by, bruh.
It did. It really
A
did.
lot happened. A lot happened over this summer, bro. We got
Yes,
Midjourney
sir.
Video finally. We got Chat 5. Perplexity offered double what their valuation was to buy Google's. Yo,
Veo
hey, it's
3.
been crazy.
We got Veo 3. It's a
We
lot.
got Veo 3. Yo, we had another one just this last week. There's so many updates I can't keep up. That's why I say if you haven't mastered that prompt engineering beginning of the process, just getting accustomed to talking to your chat, your agents, getting accustomed to coming up with your own artwork, coming up with your own videos, learning to script. All of these are things that I offer and do on a pretty regular basis. I am on every platform at Marshall Artistry. On Facebook, you can find me, Lewis Marshall. We got the link right there. Thank you, Jen. Um, I am also very active back again in the airbrush shop. So most of you don't even know that I airbrush because I'm always doing AI. But one of our updates is Jen has launched her AI agent. So you probably have seen Poppy in the feed. So this week, Poppy had an announcement and she announced on her page that she's got a new account. She has launched some dollar prompt packs this week, all available at Marshall Artistry. I know that there are about 35 different prompt packs, both for images and videos, available over there. All of them are affordable. And then in tandem, I got a new batch of water bottles that are coming up, and you're probably going to see her marketing them. So, shout out to Poppy on hitting the feed. Hey, can you go to Uriah's screen? I see him showcasing it. See, I can see you now. Yeah, there we go.
So this is one of Martial Artistry's custom water bottles. It's stainless steel, maintains the coolness, and you get custom art on it.
Yeah. So if you like some specific AI designs that I do, you can now get those on custom bottles. I will say, if you are going to order for this holiday season, you better hurry up and get a hold of us right there at the link. We're definitely out in the shop, but I've got one more, the last canvas commission project that I'm wrapping up. So as soon as I'm done with that, I'm straight into production for this winter craft fair and holiday season. So we'll have some new projects coming up very shortly. Adama, we miss you. We're thinking about you. Looking forward to seeing everybody next week. Uriah, thank you as always. Yo, we do the 1-2 just real smooth and easy, bro. We just
That's what we do.
pass off,
That's what we do.
pass it back. Hey, this was great.
Awesome.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing everybody next week. Other than that, I love y'all. And I hope that you share this out with a friend. Check it out. Leave a comment. Let us know what your biggest takeaway was. And we will see you next week. Holla.
See you next week.